We begin in Lagos State, where no fewer than 139 candidates across 10 political parties are contesting for the 57 chairmanship positions in Saturday's local government election. In addition, 842 councillorship candidates from 14 political parties are vying for 376 legislative seats across the state. During a press conference earlier in the week, Chairman of the Lagos State Independent Electoral Commission last year, Bola Okikiolu Igile, had revealed that no political party was restrained from participating in the elections, while confirming that last year won't use the bimodal voter accreditation system (BVAS). During the election, the chairman had declared readiness to hold the exercise in a free, fair and credible contest.
The election has been very peaceful, but the turnout of people is very low, as in the turnout. So we are expecting more people to come out. We have been able to go to our members to come out and massively to come and vote for the right person of their choice. So that is exactly what we are practicing now.
Let's cross over to get details from our correspondent Victoria Akonde, who is currently at Ward C, Orile Agege local government area. Victoria, what's the current situation where you are? Has voting commenced?
Thank you very much, Simi. Like you correctly said, I am reporting live from Ward C, Orile Agege LCDA, polling units 48 and 33. Election started here by 9:15 a.m. and so far it has been relatively peaceful. However, voters' turnout has been quite low. Just a number of people have been coming around to cast their votes, and it was observed while on our way here that at some major polling units, the LASIEC officials didn't bring in the voting materials right in time. The election was scheduled to start by 8 a.m. but as at 9:15 when we got to Igondo Grammar School, that is Ikotu Igondo Local Government LCDA, as at 9:15 the LASIEC officials were yet to bring in the voting materials and there were no voters in sight. And there was like that in a couple of polling units. Also earlier we stopped by at the Ward B, Orile Agege LCDA, where voters had turned out, a number of them turned out and they had cast their votes. And then meanwhile, on our way here, we saw a number of security personnel. So everywhere has been peaceful. Security operatives have been functional. Shops have been locked. However, major roads have been turned into football pitches by, youths. They are playing football on the road. So that is what we have at the moment. Yeah.
All right, I understand that you have an election observer with you. Can you speak to him and let us know his remarks on the conduct of the election so far?
All right, so I have here with me an election observer, Mr. Nelson Ekujumi. Thank you very much for joining us, sir. So now, sir, it has been observed that at some local LCDAs, the polling materials got there late, the election materials got there late. So what can you say about this? What do you know that is the cause of this?
Well, I don't work for LASIEC, so I wouldn't be in a position to profile the reasons why they delay. But the truth of the matter is that the election has been marred by logistic challenge from across the states. The election started about 9:30 a.m. in some of the local governments. And that is a question we all posed to LASIEC, because the time we got to know that the election was supposed to start was 8 a.m. While we are starting at 9:15, 9:30 a.m., I wouldn't know. On the average, the election can be assumed to have started in many of the local governments as about past 9 a.m. So one expects that, just like INEC, when there's a delay in starting like this, that shortfall will be added to the to the closing time. So one expects that the closing time, that information would have gotten to the LASIEC authorities so as to make compensation for voters, that voting time it will no longer end at 3 p.m. but rather maybe at 4 or 5 p.m. depending on when they start at various polling units. But by and large, elections from reports gathered is going on peacefully. The atmosphere, the weather is clement. The atmosphere is calm. The party agents are here, but the voters are not turning out. That has been, a bottleneck in our election system, where people have to be prodded to come and exercise their God-given and constitutional right. Why people still continue to stay at home and wait to be called is something we need to research into and see how we can galvanize our people to turn out and vote on election day.
All right, thank you very much, sir. So that's it, the situation report from Orile Agege LCDA.